Good day, everyone, most especially to our dear panelists in today's Action Research Review. I am Alan Ray Mariano Belisario, Teacher 3 from Caypian National High School. My action research is titled Utilizing Quest, Question, Usage, Engagement, System, Topic, Strategy as Reduction Tool for Grade 7 Learners' English Writing Anxiety. This topic indeed recognizes the significance of writing as an important communication skill because it allows a person to share his message with a large number of people either through print or electronic form of media. Likewise, content, idea structure, diction or word choice, linguistic features, and mechanics are all part of writing process. However, due to this pandemic, our class interaction has been limited to online communication or via calls and text messaging, excluding the proper context that we want to deliver to our learners, most especially whenever we want them to correct or revise their written outputs. That is why I came up with a strategy or intervention that will address the learners' writing anxiety, a challenge that hinders them to appreciate the beauty of writing. The two relevant concepts of this study are writing anxiety and quest strategy. Writing anxiety is defined as a person's avoidance to engage in the writing process, particularly when it is to be evaluated in some way. This can be related to the concept of anxiety, which refers as a learner's experience of feelings of uneasiness, worries, and physiological responses while performing a task for a specific language skill such as speaking, reading, and writing. Writing anxiety is a fear of writing process that outweighs the expected benefits of being able to write. To address this problem, quest strategy is devised. This is based on RAF or role, audience, form, topic, which is a system to help students understand core elements to organize paper. The function of quest strategy is to help the learners construct their ideas through graphic organizers, concept map, and questions. In this strategy, the learner's task shall be written in a worksheet. The students will generate their insights from the questions and tasks presented in every lesson. Then, an outline of their answers will be in the form of any suggested graphic organizers. With all these premises, this research seeks to answer the following questions. Number 1, what is the status of grade 7 students' writing anxiety? And number 2, how can quest strategy reduce the grade 7 students' writing anxiety? The proposed classroom-based action research focuses on the improvement of grade 7 learners' writing skills and confidence that will lead them to the reduction of their writing anxiety. The study will be conducted at Caypian National High School at Sitio Looban, Barangay Caypian, City of San Jose del Monte, Bulacan. Respondents will be the grade 7 online and module distance learners for school year 2021 to 2022. The respondents were chosen purposely with an attempt to develop the writing skills and confidence necessary for the accomplishment of their performance. Now, these are the instruments to be used in this research. The ESL Writing Anxiety Questionnaire, which has been adopted from Second Language Writing Anxiety Inventory by Cheng 2004, and of course, the Quest worksheets. For the data collection procedure, first, I sought the approval of our principal, and then I did the profiling of our participants, most especially the age, race, gender, education, and residence. Then, I determined the learners' writing interest and writing anxiety levels. Afterwards, I already devised the Quest worksheets, which were validated and evaluated by at least 3 English teachers. 1 had been our school head, and 2 from the grade 7 or the grade 7 curriculum or teaching English 7. And then, lastly, I implemented the Quest strategy as an intervention. Our school quality assurance team had the following feedback for the Quest worksheets. First, it is simple and experience-based. Second, it's thematic. Third, it has clear instruction. And fourth, One suggestion would be the inclusion of some illustrations so that it would become more appealing to the learners. For the discussion of results and reflection, the second language writing anxiety inventory questionnaire and quest worksheets were used. For the ODL learners, some worksheets are in the form of Google Form and posted in the group chat or Google Classroom. For the MDL, it is in form of printed and distributed to the learner. The questionnaire was designed to assess the student's level of cognitive anxiety, somatic anxiety, and avoidance anxiety. For Objective 1, focusing on the grade 7 students' level of writing anxiety, we divided the types of anxiety into 3 types. We have the cognitive, somatic, and avoidance anxiety. When we speak of cognitive anxiety or CA, it is the cognitive component of anxiety and it refers to concerns about how others see you, preoccupation with performance, and unfavorable expectations. For somatic anxiety or SA, it refers to how one perceives one's anxiousness, tension, and other physiological repercussions as a result of anxiety experience. And avoidance anxiety or AA defines as the behavioral part of experiencing anxiety that leads to avoidance of writing. Each questionnaire item featured 4 response options: strongly agree, agree, disagree, and strongly disagree. Table 1 shows the cognitive anxiety result of ODL learners. Table number 2 shows the cognitive anxiety of MDL learners. And for us to be able to analyze the result of these tables, we have to keep in mind that CA statements cover positive or affirmative and negative elements. Positive or affirmative items include numbers 3, 9, 14, and 20, while negative items or statements with no, not, or never include numbers 1, 7, 17, and 21. Figure 1 shows cognitive anxiety result for positive statements of ODL and MDL learners. The blue color shows the agreement of each item and orange shows the disagreement. We may say that there is higher agreement towards the questions. Therefore, both ODL and MDL learners feel worried about getting a poor grade and afraid about their English composition being chosen as a sample to be discussed in the class. Figure number 2 shows the cognitive anxiety for negative items or statements of ODL and MDL learners. Based on this figure, we may say that ODL learners have higher disagreement towards the questions or items than the MDL learners. In this aspect, ODL learners have higher writing anxiety level than the MDL learners. Next table shows the somatic anxiety result of ODL learners. And we may say that 79% of the respondents agree with the following statements while 21% show disagreement. Table number 4 shows somatic anxiety result of MDL learners. Based on the result or based on the table, 72% show disagreement while 28% show disagreement. Based on the results, we have to be reminded that the higher the agreement, the more anxious the learners could be. Therefore, both ODL and MDL learners have a high level of writing anxiety. Table number 5 shows avoidance anxiety of ODL learners. Table number 6 shows avoidance anxiety of MDL learners. Just like in cognitive anxiety level, AA or avoidance anxiety statements cover positive and negative elements as well. Positive items include 4 and 22, while negative items include 5, 10, 12, 16, and 18. Figure 3 shows the avoidance anxiety for positive items of ODL and MDL learners. Based on this figure, we may say that there is high students' eagerness to write down their thoughts in English and produce their compositions in English as well. However, figure 4 shows the avoidance anxiety for negative items. Based on this figure, we may say that most of the respondents would show agreement on their avoidance in writing in English. Therefore, they tend to excuse themselves or find ways for them not to write or to avoid some writing activities, most especially in English subject or English language. Therefore, we may say that the grade 7 learners have the following types of writing anxiety: avoidance anxiety, cognitive anxiety, and somatic anxiety. For objective number 2, focusing on the reduction of grade 7 students' writing anxiety through quest strategy, we will be showing the result of the quest worksheets and or the second language writing anxiety inventory. This rubric was used to assess the learner's writing product for the quest worksheets. Therefore, this rubric had been adapted to a particular source that is posted below. This figure shows the result of their writing output for the quest worksheets 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is for the ODL learners. The blue color shows the worksheet 1, orange for worksheet 2, gray for worksheet 3, and yellow for worksheet 4. Based on this figure, we may say that more learners got a score of 20 to 18 or 18 to 20 as they accomplished the fourth worksheet. No student got a score in the lower range. Majority got a score range of 15 to 20. This figure shows the result of the scores of the MDL learners as they accomplished the 4 worksheets. We may say that majority of the learners got a score range of 17 to 15. Some students started in the 2 lowest score range but eventually improved as they worked on the last 2 worksheets. One factor could be the familiarity of the worksheets. Since they know already how to do it, they were able to at least accomplish the worksheets better in the last 2 activities. Based on the results, we may say that ODL learners perform better than MDL learners. One factor could be the guidance from the teacher and the parents. As we all know that ODL learners have this teacher interaction during their online classes. In that way, they were given a chance to ask questions or ask for inquiry or inquire for some items that they could not understand through the teacher. While in MDL learners, some rely on the parental guidance, while some, maybe perhaps or few, ask or seek guidance to their teachers or to the researcher. Another conclusion could be there is indeed an improvement on their writing performance as they accomplish the last 2 worksheets. Like what I've said a while ago, perhaps one factor could be the familiarity of the worksheets. Since they're already familiar as to how to accomplish the 2 worksheets, they were able to accomplish or they were able to show improvement in answering or accomplishing the last 2 worksheets. Now, this data shows the statistical treatment for the result of their self-assessment using the second language writing anxiety inventory that I had presented a while ago. Table 7 shows the t-test result of the paired 2 sample for means for ODL students' writing anxiety level. Table 7 presents the t-test result of ODL students' writing anxiety level comparing the pre-test and post-test result using the second language writing anxiety inventory. The smaller the p-value, the more it supports the first conclusion or hypothesis. The result is significant as the p-value is less than 0.05. Table 8 compares the pre-test and post-test writing anxiety levels of ODL students or MDL students using the second language writing anxiety inventory to the t-test results. This indicates that the magnitude of difference between the average of 0 is large. The result is significant at p less than 0.05. So what does it mean? It means that the data suggests that both ODL and MDL students who receive the intervention improved significantly. Based on the mean, the writing anxiety has been slightly reduced. When comparing the results of the learner's exposure to the quest strategy, the researcher may conclude that a significant reduction in writing anxiety was noticed in ODL learners, where teacher-assisted instructions may have played a role. However, there is a little decline in MDL learners since teacher support was limited due to a lack of devices or other ways of communication. For the recommendations, we may perhaps recommend the following. First, activities must be properly scheduled. Completing the quest worksheets may overlap with other activities in the learning modules. As a result, it is strongly advised to make it more integrated so that the learners may see its essence. Second, other mechanics in writing such as grammar, capitalization, punctuations, and spelling should be emphasized. Learners were given simple activities which allowed them to freely write their thoughts about a certain topic. This only shows that the quest worksheets should promote holistic development in the learner's writing skills. Third, quest worksheets, format, and style can be incorporated or used to other subject areas. Improving writing skills is not exclusive to language classes. Instead, because all teachers are language teachers, these competencies should be fostered in all subject areas. And lastly, the future researchers who also want to reduce the students' writing anxiety should have a clear vision of what is the main aim of the research and how it can help others. With this, I would like to thank you all for listening to my presentation, and I'm now ready to listen to your feedback. Thank you very much.